I really love this trunk. I love the gentle sweep in here, and I really love the taper of it. What I don't like is this down here. All this weed and liverwort and yucky stuff. I know that it has also got, well, I think it's got a bit of root rot in there. As I wobble the trunk and just carefully move it, I can see that actually the soil is not moving beyond this point. So it should be pretty solid all the way through. So when I move the trunk, the soil should move here, or it should be very solid. But I can see that it's wobbling around here. That kind of indicates to me that the roots are not as strong as they used to be, or they should be. So I'm going to lift it out of the pot very carefully so as not to damage the roots, and then I'm going to take away all of this and do some root pruning, and if there are any rotten roots in there, we're going to sort those out as well. I've already removed the anchor wire, so now I've just got to go around the outside of the root ball between the pot and the root ball and just separate the two. I'm going to use my small potting scythe here. It's actually looking quite worn, this. It's actually taken out quite a few bonsai over the years, so it's doing well. There we go. So hopefully now I might be able to just lever that out. Okay, that's good. I'll move the pot away. There we go. So the roots aren't good. It should be all the way around here. Should be able to see the roots quite tightly compact around here, but there are none. So now what we need to do is to start teasing away the soil until we can find some nice healthy roots. Generally don't get too much of a problem. It's planted into akadama, which is a very free draining soil. And of course it's a very shallow pot as well, so it's unusual to get root rot, but it has been so wet. We had a little bit of hot weather last summer, but so as you can see, not a lot of root there. And the thing about growing bonsai is that part of it, I suppose, like everything in life, it's learning how to deal with the problems, because they will always come along in some form or another. And root rot is one of those things. So I'm just working around and just keep working my way in. I can still see some black roots here. It's nice to take off all of this horrible plant growth here. So you can see here we're starting to get a little bit better. It's not all black and soggy, but this is still dead. It's still fairly rotten. I can feel it's quite squidgy. It comes away fairly easily. It's amazing how tough good strong roots really are when you try to pull them. So we are getting to some healthy roots now, which is good. Now that we've removed all of that sort of loose soil, taken away a lot of the weight, we can have a look underneath. What I'll do in a minute when I've got this bit teased out is go around, just trim back all of these bits around here, these sort of old dead bits, trim them back to some healthy root, and then we're getting back into some soil. So this thick root along here is actually pretty good. It's nice and healthy actually. So normally I would remove this root because it's too thick. But because of the lack of root that we have, I'm going to leave him for another year, and we'll get some lateral roots coming off that one, and that'll get some health into the tree. And I'll probably leave him for a couple of years, 2 to 3 years. And when we've got some nice fibrous root around here, I will look at removing this chunky one here. It's important to remove as much as the rot as possible because it just tends to work its way back down the root. Okay, that looks good. Right, what I'm going to do now is just have a good tidy up. I'm going to have a scrub around here, just clean up these roots, because they're lovely roots. It's a lovely start of the bonsai here. So clean up everything, wash the pot, and then we can start putting it all back together again. So I've prepped the pot, got the meshing, got the anchor wires, got a little bit of akadama in the bottom here. So now let's just check it out, reposition it, and get some nice fresh soil around those roots and get them growing. So what I'm doing is just threading the wire underneath some of these surface roots here. Just tie it off. Doesn't need to be too tight at the moment. And then let's get some more soil in. So this is just hard akadama. I'm thinking maybe what had happened is that the tree, this bonsai, should have been repotted probably about 1 to 2 years ago. And I'm thinking that the akadama had started to break down and it just got waterlogged. We've had so much rain, like I said. I think that's probably what's happened here. So instead of having plenty of air and drainage in the pot, the akadama has broken down, gone a little bit too solid, and then through all this wet weather, it's just been like a sponge and just held all the water in there. So I think that's probably what's happened. Anyway, make sure I don't do that again. So as usual, just working around. I'm not really going to go into any detail on the potting techniques. I've got loads of videos on that, and there's loads of videos online about potting. So it's more about just getting the tree done. And I thought while I'm doing it, I might as well video it. And then anybody who's had a problem, wants to learn a little bit about how to deal with rotten roots, this might just help a bit. So work that soil in around those roots. I brought the root ball up a bit because I love this bit around here, so it'll just look like it's sort of mounded up, accentuated a little bit. And we've got a little bit of ridge around here, so I can just tease that out a little bit. And that'll just help blend that in with the new soil. Right, all I need to do now is give it a good soaking, which seems a bit strange because it was already wet, but I need to make all this dry soil here nice and wet. And I'm going to put him under cover and keep an eye on him, make sure it doesn't get too wet again. And hopefully in the next few weeks, spring arrives, we'll get some nice new fresh buds coming out. The larch buds are beautiful. And I'll go from there. So I hope this helped, and see you again soon. Take care.